Hey, what is going on? Heavy Pour Sports, late night, all UK ball, and border rivals. And we are currently broadcasting only on the Heavy Pour account because, some people just suck and like to try to spam Twitter accounts and sell their crypto and act like they're buying Mercedes and stuff. But, hopefully here in 7 days, I'll get that account back and we'll go cooking again. But enough with my problems. Selena.
Hi.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Less good than I was last time we did the show.
Oh God. Yeah.
I hope T joins us soon because he can. He was super upset about my joyous reactions on Saturday, and he can be happy in my misery now. But absent of T, we have our other resident volunteer fan, the one that is here every time. My guy, how you doing, Hammer?
What's going on, brother? Hey, Selena.
Hi, Hammer.
So you're feeling better than you did, close Alabama game on Saturday. Sucks you lose to the Gumps, which might be my favorite nickname you have for these teams. And you go and smack South Carolina, which has kind of been the routine for most SEC teams. We made it closer than it should when Kentucky played them. But how you feeling getting that W and getting the stank of a Crimson Tide loss off you?
Well, I mean, it's always good to shed that stank, but I mean, obviously you're happy with a win at this point in the season, right? So it doesn't really matter kind of how it happens. But I will say this: I was encouraged to see how much involved the front court was, and I know it's South Carolina, right? But still, playing without arguably your most talented player in Nate Ament and seeing the guys, down low have such good games, dominate the boards. That's kind of been their calling card throughout the season. And South Carolina really didn't have a lot to contend there anyway. But offensively, fantastic game from those guys. So knowing that we're capable of playing that type of ball is going to be important at some point in the tournament, right? So at least we got to see what it can look like. I don't expect it to be that easy. Not everybody is USC Junior or Peabody that can't defend or rebound down low. But I think the offensive output that Estrella and Akpara showed was encouraging.
Yeah, so I was deep. I was miserable after the Kentucky game. Y'all might have been playing the same time or overlap some. I didn't catch any of the Tennessee game because as I was moping, I was also in my support battle trying to do everything I could to try to get my account back. So I was just in a world of hurt on Tuesday, like all up in my feelings. So I didn't catch any of the Tennessee game. Teat, what'd you think about the game? Big win. Kind of expected smack South Carolina, but Hammer was just talking about the front court stepping up and Nate Ament's absence. Golly, I usually can't speak, but it's really getting me today. But how you doing, T? And what do you think of the game?
So I was on the road. This might be my new move, by the way. I'm just sticking with the PlayStation.
I'm telling you, it looks good, sounds good.
Yeah, you're rocking it, T.
Yeah, I'm just let my inner nerd out. I was on the road the whole day for work, so I was actually having to listen to the game on the radio. So I was listening to Mike Keith and Chris Lofton, and I only listened to the first half. But so from what I could tell, the front court did what they were supposed to do. They stepped up in Ament's absence. JP Estrella is supposed to be our number 3 scorer, right? So in Ament's absence, you step up. Evans started in his place, scored about 8 points, which with the energy that he brings, I think that's serviceable because he's kind of like a stat stuffer nothing crazy, but he's going to get you points, rebounds. He's going to play hard defense, all that kind of stuff. So serviceable starter. Front court did what they were supposed to do, but it's like I've been telling y'all. I basically knew that they would do that, like because they keep doing it against I don't know, Ole Miss, OU, LSU, South Carolina, all that. I need our front court to play like that against someone good. So glad they did what they were supposed to do. My college coach used to say when you're supposed to dominate. But I would like to see them be competitive against a good team. No shade to the South Carolinas or the Ole Misses or anything, but they're the bottom of the SEC this year. I need our front court to look like that against the top of the SEC.
So what's the status of Nate Ament? I mean, not really much to talk about for South Carolina, admittedly. Like you went there, like T said, you're supposed to smack him. You smacked him. But what's the status of Nate Ament? You said you want to see your front court do well against a good team. Vandy, whether we like it or not, in that category. So, a game where you can close out and secure that double bye. Is he going to play? And if he doesn't, are you concerned with the front court stepping up against a good team?
Yeah, it's surprisingly become like an important game, right? Because like last week we were like, whatever for the regular season, rest him. There's potential value in him playing if he can go, because then he gets rest from the double bye. From my understanding, they said he theoretically or potentially could have played at South Carolina, but as a precautionary measure, plus it was South Carolina, they decided to hold him out. So I would think that we would play him. Or that he will play, and if he does, then that can take a little bit of pressure off the front court. So then maybe they can perform well because the need is not there so much. So you can play a little freer, a little looser. But
they didn't give him a long-term injury designation. They basically said he was day-to-day, right out of the initial evaluation. So hopefully that's just, as T said, it's all precautionary. And honestly, though, I don't know that we need him to beat Vanderbilt. They are soft and small. SAWFT, as we say. Soft. And they're not big. So if our front court can repeat what they did, that blueprint for South Carolina, I mean, I don't know if we need him, or if we do play him, maybe bring him in situationally off the bench, let him, get some baskets, or even just be a diversion, or
keep the rust from building up, especially if you do get a win in a double bye. Now it's a long time without playing. And Patrick, I see your comment. We'll talk about the courts. Let's get through the Tennessee game, but we see you on there. Stick with us. We'll talk about it. So if he doesn't play, can JP handle the extra minutes? Can he be physical with with a soft Vanderbilt team, or does he kind of play in the mold of, well, if JP Estrella plays like he has been, he can't really get down there and play physically because he's a porcelain doll. Or do you say, hey, let's play Brown and AllUKBall and just beat the hell out of them and we'll win if we can keep Tanner from going off?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think you can just out physical them as long as you stay out of foul trouble. That's kind of the caveat to that, because we don't know what kind of whistle we're going to get. I don't know who the officials are. We notoriously do not get the proverbial home cooking in Knoxville. So
we don't erupt either, so I understand.
I don't. Yeah, it is very difficult to anticipate how the game will be officiated. But if it's like the first game, I think Tennessee can play bully ball, and I don't think it'll be particularly close.
Yeah, I think Vandy is a good basketball team, but there's that cliche, styles make fights, right? I think this is a style of basketball Vandy doesn't like to play. Yep. And we didn't play to a physical style of basketball when we went to Knoxville. I'm sorry, when we went to Nashville. We missed some shots and just got away from playing physical and try to play their game. And Tanner cooked us. The game we played in Rupp, yes, we made shots and that helped. But it was a consistent game where we were feeding the paint. We were letting Moreno go. Yelovich was getting downhill, and our front court really, really stepped up. I mean, not box score wise, but even someone like BG played well in that game. So I think that's it. You got to put Tanner in a tough spot where he's consistently trying to press and score, which he did against Kentucky. Because I don't think he's their leading scorer. I have to go back and look, but I don't think you want him to be like a volume type guy. Like he's not a Darius Acuff where you want him to put up that many shots. He needs to be efficient in his scoring. And if you take away his ability to score and make him just facilitate and let others beat you, which is kind of what we did. I think you're good. And you guys got the blueprint, right? You went to Vandy, you got the W. It was a close game, but you beat them there. So they'll be trying to get some get back, but the blueprint's there on how to beat them. And in a game with this magnitude, you got to think that Rick Barnes going to have the boys ready to play.
Yeah, and Kerry's mentality has looked more like what we'd like for it to look like the last couple games. So same thing, particularly if we're talking about being physical. He's the one to go through somebody's chest. So if he can keep that mentality, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, and Estrella didn't shy away from contact with South Carolina. It's just they ran kind of the pick and roll and the lobs so well that he didn't really have to, he didn't get beat up a lot or didn't have to bang a lot. But when he had to, he didn't shy away from it. And, man, he had some monster slams in there. And I'm like, finally, we've only been talking about it all freaking year. Slam the ball, flush the ball, quit just trying to tap it in a foot away, 2 feet away, finesse. No, man, dude, you're 7'1". You should be throwing that ball through the floor. And finally saw
make him bring out the ladder at least once a game to fix that rim because you're just trying to rip it off the damn hoop.
Yeah. Bonus points for bringing down the rim. So
all right. Well, before we transition to Kentucky, let's have you all seen this glass court, the one that lights up and changes? You could put some stuff on it that the Kansas and some of the other Big 12 teams have showed that they're rolling out.
Mm-hmm. I watched it today. I watched the girls play on today. It's really weird. Like
it's hideous.
I don't like it. Like I understand like it's fun for like a Big Blue Madness thing, right? Like a big thing like that. But like to play on consistently.
Not this,
or do like the CBS Classic, one of these, like one of these early games
that's like that. That's bigger, not the whole
early season tournaments. Yeah, whole seasons with that. I don't know. I don't like it. I think it
didn't look good. You couldn't see the middle line, the half court line, because like the logo in the middle was so dark and it was all gray. Like I was like, plus I wonder how injuries would go in that because it's not a traditional like wood floor, right? So like that's an adjustment. That's not the same bend and give as a regular gym would have.
Yeah, it's a good point. Obviously, like the surface has got to be different somehow, whatever the technology is. Because I'm assuming it's from underneath and not overlaid, right? Because it would create shadows if it was.
It's a digital,
Like it was cool for Big Blue Madness, like you said. That was really a cool way to break it out. But that's you're not really playing ball on that. It's just to give the fans something. I'm not a big fan of it.
Similar to like the NBA Cup thing too, right? Like they do their funky little courts and all that. So like cool for I'm in agreement with you all, like cool for a specific thing, like a gimmick night or the ACC SEC challenge, so like something like that. But yeah, come SEC play. I'm not trying to watch Tennessee play on some psychedelic court every every game.
That's exactly right. I did like the tweet I saw. I don't know who put it out. That was like they couldn't wait for the first like computer hacker to jump in middle of the game and start playing some outland.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Someone's going to hack something and they're going to put God knows what on the whole floor for everybody
live
to
TV,
see.
you're like, did I just see what I just?
Yeah,
you
you saw. You
Yeah.
watched that before, didn't you? That's what you were watching. That's what's on the floor right now.
Yeah. Or it'd be like at Michigan, someone's going through Sharon Moore's like Snapchat or something live on the screen. Which he took some punches this week based off of the Michigan hire, which was hilarious. He's never going to walk away from. Which also after the scan, well, never mind. I shouldn't. It's got hired on merit, so that's all that matters. All right. The lower third of the show, the Tennessee fans. Did you catch any of the Kentucky game? I know Hammer probably did because I think he had some money on Texas, or Texas A&M. Which when we were up 12, I had the tweet or like lined up for you with the old like WWE suck it, like I got you, Hammer, and then that one stayed in the draft. I wasn't able to delete it because, as we said, my Twitter account is hacked and locked at the moment. But yeah, that one saved in there because boy, oh boy, did that thing turn quickly.
Yeah, I had A&M money line first half, and I had A&M covering the spread. And I told you up front, I said, I'm really sorry. I take no joy in it, but that's just what's about to happen. And
he did apologize. He did.
You're going to take joy spending that money.
That is correct, sir. But yeah, and that was, and that was like an hour or two before the game. That wasn't me throwing any shade afterwards. That was legit. Hey, I'm really sorry, Rando, but this is what's going to happen tonight. And the only joy I take in it is when I cash out. So
yeah, I just like I know what happened. I I was watching
I watched
the game.
It happen.
Yeah,
I'm still in shock that it did happen.
Yes, I'm still like, but what happened? I mean, we were up 12, getting ready to walk away, and I'm like, this team's finally got it figured out. Another tweet that I had ready to push out at halftime was we were shooting terrible from three, but we were scored inside. We hadn't really started turning the ball over yet because up 12, and I was going to be so excited, like, hey, we beat Vandy, shooting well from outside. Colin Chandler going off. Colin Chandler couldn't buy a bucket in the first half. Otega Owe only had 6, I believe, in the first half. And we were up double digits. I was going to be hashtag multiple was what I was getting ready to say. Like, we can win multiple ways. We lose multiple ways. Oh my gosh. And honestly, I can't even say we lose multiple ways because we lose the same way every time. 13 plus turnovers, 50 to 60% from the free throw line. And we just lose our minds defensively. But Selena, what did you see the first 12 minutes of the ball game compared to the last 3 quarters?
First 12 minutes, there was less dribbling and more ball movement. That's why we're scoring the rim so quickly because we were able to do the press by passing through the press. Dunk every time, layup every time. Did not fail. We didn't take stupid shots really, so we didn't do a lot of one-on-one ball in the first 12 minutes. We were rolling, and I was like, okay, like these guys are playing great. And then we forgot to play defense against a guy that's shooting 47% from 3. And then they went on a 27-3 run. And that's what I'm still shocked about. Because if I see 27-3,
I knew it was a run when I saw the stat after the game, like when, because everybody was super pissed that Pope didn't call a timeout. I was like, 27. I saw it happen. Could not believe that it actually.
I watched
happened.
it and I was like, huh? Like that should never happen. Ever. Like
no. And
no.
To your point, our first 9 shots, 7 assists. So 7 assists to the first 9 shots.
We were passing the ball. That was easy.
We ended with 10 assists on 29 made baskets.
Because we started playing one-on-one ball. We stopped passing, and that's what they do that so often. I don't understand why. I don't know if they just I don't know what happens because they'll have spurts where they don't dribble if they're passing the ball, right? That's why Denzel's got a ton of assists to like no turnovers, 4 turnovers, like basketball games, okay? But then they stop and they start doing I'm going to drive to the basket and throw a shot for a foul. I'm going to drive to the basket and go for a foul. And they stop passing the ball. And it's so ugly.
I mean, it got to the point where, I mean, it's the shot selections. Otega always still had his 20-some, but his shot selection in the first half was terrible. I like the corner. I'm driving, stop on a dime, shoot from the elbow, free throw line, jump shot. That one I can live with. The dribble, in and out dribble, not moving anywhere, pause, step to a walk-in three, just not his shot, right? That's he can make a 3-point bucket off a Colin Chandler pass, off an outlet pass. Like, I don't mind him shooting threes. But yeah, it was just what is unfortunate is this team will play at such a high level when they're making shots. I mean, it's your typical, like, they're driven on both sides of the ball based off of how one side of the ball is going, right? So when they're making shots, they're really invested defensively. They're pushing when they're not. And this was in the first half, right? So Pope talking about their struggles with the current roster and what's available, and transitioning from Saturday to Tuesday games, it being difficult. I understand that, like, and I don't push back on that thought, or like him coming out and saying, like, yes, we have the 7-man rotation again. I know I got a lot of pushback. That is what a rotation typically is, 7-8 right now at this time of the year. But again, the back end of that rotation are dudes that you would expect to be sitting on the bench and in their warm up suit with their shoes untied, right? Not expected to get in the game. But you got what you got right now. And in the first half of a basketball game, to collapse like that, only 12 minutes in the first half, that's not a conditioning thing. That's a composure thing, right? That is, we just let this thing get so far out of hand. And Pope did call a timeout after they tied it up. We came back, we scored, went up by 1, but then the avalanche continued on us. And yeah, there was no adjustment to get them to get the crowd out of it, stop it. I think that was the most frustrating part, is watching the train wreck happen and nobody seemingly trying to do anything about it.
My biggest issue with the first half, and just the subbing right now in general, right? So there is only one player on the team currently averaging over 30 minutes a game, and that is Otega. That is it. And he's at like 31 per game. That's what they're averaging. No one's averaging over 35, 36 minutes. So
that's surprising, because Zell's got like 38 minutes. In
I looked it up today. He's at 29 minutes a game. And Otega's at like 31. Because I was like, because I keep fatigue. Okay, every other school plays Saturday, Tuesday. Some schools play Saturday, Monday. And they only get 1 day off. So, and these kids, they're 18 to 22-year-old kids. They should be able to play a basketball game and not have to worry about fatigue. Like
100%.
Like they shouldn't be like, I'm so tired. You're 18 years old. Go run some more. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, we would go to AAU tournaments and play 3, 4, 5 games.
Right.
In one day.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah.
And like you had to where I tired. Of course I was tired, but I was like, oh my God, I can't play so tired. And like, no, I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. Another thing, if you're going to sub how you like, if you're going to play 4 extra guys, whatever, right? That's fine. Don't do it all at one time. The whole mass substitution thing, like, drives me up the wall.
But so I don't disagree with you, but in the last 2 games, when Pope has done that, we have extended the lead. Against Vandy, we pushed it to 20. He did his mass sub role in this game, and BG scored 6 points, and we pushed it to a 12-point lead. So it's like, and not to mention Zell had 2 fouls very early. Like, our guards have to understand they cannot get in foul trouble. They can't. And I know it's tough with the SC officiating. It legit sucks. So it's like, it's hard to keep yourself out of that position when you don't really know how they're going to call a game, and it's not consistent in game. But they can't get in foul trouble. Zell gets in foul trouble. Now Jasper comes in and he actually played well, accounted for 7 points in his minutes in the first half.
He did.
Only had one turnover, but then that lead goes to 12. So he's buying himself minutes for the starters. We extend the lead. The starters came back in and, they went on their run. TAMU got it back. They go up 1 again on us. 4:30-ish left, if I remember correctly. The starters come back in, and that lead climbed to double digits. So it's like, is it? Hey, they took me out of the flow of the game. So even though Pope's giving them minutes, they're not really in the game at that point. Or is it we just don't have a team where our guys are consistent enough? I don't know the answer. I wanted to come at and be like, yep, it's the substitution thing. You got to give them minutes. I was ready to concede that at this moment in time, we have to play all our dudes 35 plus minutes. But then you go back and watch, it's like that second unit did really well. So from a coaching aspect, if I'm Pope, I'm like, these dudes came in and played. I need my starters to come back in the game and pick up where you left off.
I would say, yeah, the past 2 games they did. But before that, how bad did that go, though? That's what I'm saying. I get Aberdeen 2 fouls, sure. Put Jasper and let him play. Okay, cool. But more often than not, mass substitution has just caused problems, and we've lost leads, a lot of leads before in the season with that. I don't know. It just frustrates me because sometimes he takes out the starters and they're on a roll too, right? There's one guy that's hot, and it's like, why? If they're scoring every time, just leave them in. Just leave them in.
That one I don't understand is because when a guy's feeling like that, they certainly aren't tapping the head or pulling their jersey and be like, hey, get me out. No, it's give me the ball. I want to keep cooking.
Yes.
And he does kill momentum like that. And that is frustrating. Colin Chandler in the Vandy game, now we won by a bunch. And he came in and he kept being hot. But man, he dropped 3 threes in a couple minutes and he was just feeling it. And the next thing you know, he's sitting on the bench getting his breather and stayed there for quite a bit because we kept going on a run. But man, this, you can let dudes have career nights, and he did. But again, if he gets the minutes that game, is he setting the 3-point record in Rupp? Is his career high instead of 23, 30, those sort of things. And I will buy into the fact of one game like that can really build a lot of confidence, especially now going into March, right? You give a guy the opportunity to do one game like that. I was listening to, or maybe it was a tweet Dylan Ballard put out, and he's super frustrated with what you're saying as well. And he alluded to the fact of there's got to be something going on, or there was some sort of promise, or coaches just feel some sort of loyalty to players because they're dudes that are getting minutes in positions that they just shouldn't get minutes. And he even mentioned the reason why he's not super stoked about JQ potentially coming back is that just means we're going to see what we saw with JQ before, and BG getting more 4-spot minutes instead of no minutes at all, which is kind of what I think should happen if JQ came back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
and it's nothing new. We saw with Cal all the time, right? He equated to Justin Edwards. Justin Edwards had one really, really good game, and that was against Tennessee. And he was just not the 5-star dude we thought. But guess what? He was going to start every single game, and Cal was going to play him a bunch of minutes every single game. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know if it's recruiting and those things spread. Hey, coach told me I was going to get minutes and play. And even though I sucked and I deserved not to play, he pulled me out. So that kind of spreads. I don't know why or the dynamics behind it, the politics behind it. But the early, I'm going to be super tough on BG and sit him when he doesn't play well is seeming to diminish as we go. Maybe it's just where we're at health wise, but man, I just really don't know. Bama.
I appreciate that. I don't know if that's the case, but I appreciate you getting that up off of Tennessee and handing that on.
I could have sworn the 10 for 10 game was against Tennessee.
Yeah, I think he's right about it being Bama.
All right. Well, let's go ahead. We'll get to the Kentucky-Florida game, but let's dive back in. Tennessee, Vandy, we kind of talked about it a little bit, but in-depth thought about keys to victory. and how you think you pull that out. Will you pull that one out? I know that the answer is going to be yes, but to kind of give your thoughts on, I guess focus on the backcourt since you talked about the front court. What can Gillespie, Bird, these guys give you?
Go ahead, Hammer.
Well, I mean, obviously with Nate, even with Nate on the floor, I mean, the offense flows through Jacoby Gillespie, and he didn't make as much of an impact against South Carolina as a scorer as he did a distributor. I think he had 12 assists in that game. And then we saw a lot. I mean, that was probably our highest assist total game of the season, which again, you kind of have to temper because it's South Carolina, but it was on the road. So that's encouraging. And, even the bigs were feeding the other bigs, which was cool too. It wasn't just work the ball inside and try to score. They worked the ball inside, found the open guy. And, so I think Gillespie's going to have to do more distributing in this game too. If we can consistently feed the post, then I think that's how we win this game. I'm not confident enough in the backcourt, especially if Gillespie's off the floor or, not. He did get some off-ball action, which is good that we have somebody else that can kind of run the offense and facilitate. But I think that's going to have to be in small doses. I don't know with their guard play. I don't know that Gillespie is going to be able to come off the ball as much. So he's really going to have to make an impact in, getting guys the rock cleanly. So again, I know we've said it a time or two. Got to protect the basketball. We can't have a ton of turnovers. We need that assist to turnover ratio to be well in our favor. And again, just have to dominate the boards. If Nate does not play in this game, and you got to love, I mean, Rando, y'all's fan base is the same way. There's some jewels out there. And I even had somebody message me and ask me if, are we a better basketball team without Nate Ament? Absolutely not. We are not a better basketball team without Nate Ament on the floor.
Not a chance.
That's a wild question.
Keep your South Carolina blinders off, right? You played South Carolina and beat them, but take those blinders off.
I mean, but that's what's supposed to happen with good teams, right? When a star player or a critical player's down, somebody's supposed to step up and perform. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the first thing that immediately came to my mind when I read that text was when Christian McCaffrey went down a couple years ago, were they better with Jordan Mason as the running back than they were with Christian McCaffrey?
And Mason was playing well, but
yeah, absolutely.
No.
But is he a better back? You know what I mean? Were they a better team without CMC on the field? That is the most ridiculous thing to assume or think. Stop it, people. So, if he doesn't play or he plays very limited, then I think we've got to go back to that same kind of blueprint with Jacoby kind of running things, getting the ball to people, and still being aggressive on the boards, and we just have to kind of keep Tanner in check. You're not going to stop him. He's going to get his points, but we just can't let him take over like we let Phylon take over in the Bama game down the stretch. We led that game for 39 minutes and 34 seconds.
It was the last Kentucky, man.
Yeah. We led that game all but 24 seconds.
That's crazy.
But it was the last 24 seconds.
Yep.
So we cannot let that happen again. So I'm sorry. I said a lot.
No, you're good, buddy. If anybody knows about talking a lot, it's me, but I appreciate you taking over. T, before you go, Patrick, thanks for keeping me in check. You're right. The 10 for 10 game was against Bama.
Yeah, man. Get up off Tennessee.
But Justin Edwards did have a great game against Tennessee. We beat you all that year by double digits. And he went 6 for 11, 4 of 7 from 3. So that was his two games.
What year is this?
This would have been 2023. 22-23 season, maybe.
So who is that for us? Hammer, Vescovy, and and Triple J and
But I was just
Springer
talking
and
stuff
Keon.
about it being double digit. It wasn't double digit win. It was like an 85, 80 something win. It was a close game, but he was big in it.
I don't even remember who was on the squad in 23.
I'm still trying to get over Rando calling you and I the bottom third of the group. I'm still processing how I feel about that.
I'm talking about like your level on the screen currently, not
but
not
there's no
your
third.
status on the show.
But
Bottom
there's no
half,
third.
whatever. I'm trying to. You know what?
I let it go,
fancy.
but now that
bottom
we're there,
half, whatever.
I ain't letting that go.
Yeah, now
lower
that we're there.
section. There we go. You're in the lower section of the on the screen. I was trying to sound all fancy using like TV terms and stuff.
Well, you need to do better math if you're going to try to sound fancy.
We've already done the math thing. All right. It ain't, it's not my deal. But I keep trying. I keep coming back at it. I'm not a quitter.
He's not a quitter, that's for sure.
That's right. Hey, you got to admire the persistence and the dedication.
Yeah, not a quitter. I will only
60%
add
of the time.
Yeah, I will only add one thing. Bishop Boswell has to stay out of foul trouble because he's going to have to play. He's the only one that has a chance with making life difficult for Tanner. So
that's a great call.
Yeah, he's going to play Gillespie type minutes if he can stay out of foul trouble. And he's got that tendency to like stick his head forward and get elbowed, and then he gets the foul call. So he's got to be a little smarter. I think he's about to be in line for a lot of minutes as long as he can stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah, because Berg and Henderson and even Evans, they're not going to defend the way Boswell can.
Correct.
So he needs to be on the floor.
Yep. So that's my only. That's all I have to say about that.
Selena.
Yep.
1 p.m. my time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Number 5 Florida comes to the building. Rupp Arena hosting Dickie V. Are they 4?
4 p.m.
4. You said, I was like, Rando, your time zone not correct. I was very confused.
Oh, is it 12 my time? I thought it was a 3 p.m. tip. So 12 p.m. my time? Or is it a 4? Are you saying it's a 4 p.m.
It's a 4 p.m. tip, right?
I don't know. I thought it was 3. It doesn't matter.
I'll tell you.
It might matter.
It could matter.
You tune in at halftime, it'll matter.
Yeah. Well,
it's a 4 p.m. tip, so it's 1 o'clock your time.
So I was right on half of it.
You're right on a third.
Or a third of it, either way.
I hate this show. Anyways, Dickie V going to be in the building.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Typically, when he's in the building,
with Jimmy Dykes, though. Well. So
yeah, I guess that offsets a little bit.
Jimmy Dykes is good stuff, man. It's good stuff.
Because he's a Tennessee guy. That's why.
Right. That's right.
Otherwise, he sucks.
He is so biased.
What I've noticed,
awful.
What I've noticed this year is like
right.
He gets like one slogan or catchphrase new in every game. It's like someone give it to him, and he just repeats it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I told him to quit trolling my account, but I mean, what are you gonna
do? But Selena.
Oh yeah.
We got him coming in the building.
Yeah.
We got a chance to at 4. We got a chance to beat number 5 Florida going to the SEC tournament with some momentum. I don't know. What do you think? My initial thoughts is I actually feel like this team has a better shot winning now than if they would have snuck a win out against Texas or even like blew them out, just because they seem to just have these dips after they go on some runs or they get some confidence. They don't play so well. But how do you feel about it?
I just don't know what team's going to show up. Which team is it? Is it going to be the one that knows how to play ball or the one that literally puts 6 people on the court at a time? Like, which one is showing up?
If you get away with it,
that's pretty bad, though.
Like, that's awful.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I literally was like, you've got to be kidding me.
They weren't even cheating, though. They just messed it up.
Not to mention, we don't know if we have to know it because he sprained ankle on Mark Pope's foot.
Yes, that's the kind of luck that we have at the moment. Um,
I don't know. After watching
who did
whatever that
that?
was last night, Trent
Noah.
Noah. He made a shot and then ran backwards and tripped over Mark Pope's foot and sprained his ankle on Mark Pope's foot.
Well, and the young man shot the shot and started doing the like hop back step like he knew that thing was cashed. It wasn't close. so he like hopped back, giddy up like woo, and then crack on it.
That he did a shot like because the timer's running out. I thought that's why he did that was because the shot clock was low.
I don't know. He tried with a lot of some swag on it. I did
some gusto.
I was just like, what are we doing? Yeah. And Trent Noah kicked me when I was down on Tuesday, man. He was playing well, and then that game he just hucking and chucking, taking back. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? You're just making me look stupider. Anyways, all right, but how do we win, Selena, or how do we lose? What do you think? Just what is Saturday
losing?
Well,
listen, we know how to do that really well.
Yeah.
Just go like let them go on a 27-3 run or go on a 10-minute scoring drought or whatever we do that seems to happen. Forget how to play defense for 5 minutes. Like how we lose though, turnovers, missing our free throws. Good God, we suck at free throws for some reason. And making less. We have to hit at least 10 threes, I think, on Saturday, to be fair. Like if we hit less than 10, it's gonna get ugly really fast. That's what I think. And also please rebound the ball. Because they're aggressive on the boards. And Chinny Lou is a whole problem. He's just a man. So you have to keep him off the glass.
Yeah, I know I looked dumb the first go round, but I still believe that our backcourt is just as good, if not better, than what Florida has. I know Boogie has came on. Lee is doing his thing.
Had 22 points against you in the first game.
I know that. I absolutely know that. But
it
that was
that one guard though too. The guard that made all those threes. We forgot. We stopped guarding him.
Yeah. These foreign players just absolutely. It's like, all right, we know Kentucky ain't gonna play us for some reason. We just forget we're out there and they just start. Now, that's why I said Lee made us look super dumb. But you even said Hammer coming in that game. Florida fans were talking about he shouldn't even be on the team. Right? He had not been playing well. And his breakout game was against us, and he's been playing better. But we can guard Lee. I believe that. But we have to. We went to Florida and again just had a defensive letdown. Offensively, we played well, so it kept us in that game. We were always in it. We just never could truly like make a run and get close enough to threaten them.
That's a hard team to climb out of a deficit against.
They don't let up. They don't stop.
They can because they can
don't
just
take the
beat you
breaks
up down low with that three-headed monster they have in the front court. So,
but I think Lee had like 3 walk-in threes, and again he hadn't been shooting well. But you just can't let a dude like this, any guard that you play right now, SEC or even as we get into the NCAA tournament, you let them see a couple of easy shots go in. They get some confidence, and these dudes who are 30% three-point shooters, next thing you know, they're shooting 45% because they got easy ones. And then we overextended, and Lee was able to cook us and get to the rim. And then even though we got close, like you said, I forget old boy's name, but the Euro cat for Florida just caught fire. Yes, and that's what he does, right? That exactly what he does. He's out there to shoot threes and shoot them well. Florida's tough because they're not like Texas A&M. What frustrated me, what we did in the first 12 minutes is we refused to let them get a open 3-point shot, right? We pushed them off the 3-point line, and if I ever had the opportunity to coach in a game like that, whether it's Texas A&M or you play a better team who does the same thing in like Alabama, I would force my guys to listen, you give up 0. I don't care how far you give up 0 3-point shots. 0. That as many as you make them shoot bad shots, make them run off. Because here's the thing, they are coached to get up threes. So we saw it early in the Texas A&M game. I'm giving up, make them make a contested layup or give up a decent layup for a kick out 3 that you can go and defend again, right? It kills the shot clock. It makes them take bad shots. These teams who have coaches like this, Their program, we're getting up threes. We're getting up threes, 35 threes a game. So they take bad shots to get those 3-point shots off, right? So even if I got a drive at the rim, we saw it in Texas A&M. Dude had an open layup. He kicked it out for a three. We were able to contest early in that game. So run these dudes off the 3-point line and make them make contested shots at the rim, layups, which we have seen throughout all of college basketball has been one of the most difficult things to do. And then make them take tough threes or, better, get them step into a tough two.
Well, that's what we did against Louisville, right? Like,
yeah.
We ran Louisville off the 3-point line. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen because they would literally get into the paint and they just like wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like just shoot a finger roll or a layup or something, but instead they would get in there and like just freak out because if it wasn't a three, they didn't know what to do. So yeah, I completely agree with you. Run them off the 3-point line no matter what. Make them figure out, like make a basketball decision, because when you have to do that, people are struggling if they can't just chuck up shots.
Exactly. And in the range some of these kids have now that actually can shoot it, I don't care if it's at 28 feet, you run them around. Run them off. Run them off. Be in their hip, right? You gotta. That was a good
My
game.
music started playing on accident. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened.
But yeah, but again, that was the Texas A&M game. Florida's just different, right? They can beat you multiple ways. Their guards can go off, and if they're not, they're gonna play through Hawk, or however you say his name, and Chinulu, Condon. Like these guys are they're difference makers on both sides of the ball. So if we win this game, I think it's got to be an 80-point game or less. Like if we just let Florida score, I don't think we can keep up even in our building. And the rinse and repeat is you have got to get downhill early, whether it's playing through the post with Moreno and letting him make good decisions, which he's been passing the ball better, making better decisions. Dude, I hate this fight.
Randall's struggling today, y'all. English is hard.
Hammer, you weren't on the team yet. We were talking about the Louisville, Kentucky game. This was when we first started the show, and I could not get rivalry out of my mouth to save my life. I said rivalry, and I sound like a 3-year-old.
You sound like saying Rolls Royce. It comes out Roy.
I give you the benefit though, like because I told you when they say rivalry week, that one is a tough one. Yeah, I don't know how the ESPN dudes get it out so cleanly. So you get a little bit of grace for struggling with that one. Rivalry.
I didn't know Hawk was hurt. That's interesting. I wonder if he's playing probable. I did not see. I don't think the report comes out until Fridays, right? So we'll see if he plays. That's news. Thanks, Pat. I didn't know that. But so, anyways, getting back to the game. Play through the post, let Moreno go to work, or get Zell and Ortega downhill, get Chinulu into foul trouble. When Florida struggles, it's because he picks up too early, and he's good at doing it, right? He's a great defender, but he's just super aggressive. If you go downhill, but you have to seek and play through contact. That's my favorite thing about Bo Diabata. He doesn't stop. He plays through contact, which is why he's the one that collects the majority of our and one opportunities, right? And it doesn't even look like he's getting fouled. And I think the officiating appreciates that because he's getting hacked, but he's not flopping, doing all this craziness. He's getting downhill, playing through his chest, and getting up. So we have to have that same aggressive mindset from Ortega and Zell, but Ortega can't.
He can't
be so. Yes, exactly. He can't be so aggressive that he kills offensive possessions and takes bad shots. Like I need efficient, controlled aggression from Ortega Owe, right? 20 points is enough in this game if you're getting everybody else involved, right? Mm-hmm. Get me 20-5, 20-6 instead of 26-2, and we maybe win this game because that means Collins cooking, Zell's cooking, we're getting everybody else involved. And I really think if we win, we're going to have a double-digit performance from a guy like Yelovich or Mo, but I think more likely Yelovich the way this team plays. And he finds his shot like he did against Vandy. He puts the ball on the ground. And I know we're not going to see it because it's too late in the season and we haven't seen all year. But what I would do to see Yelovich play a little point forward in these games, especially if Zell gets in foul trouble, and let him do what he does and what he did overseas. I don't understand why we don't see it. We saw it last year with Amari doing it, and Yelovich can handle the ball better. He's got great vision. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up because we're not going to see it. I've been asking for it all year. But, get Yelovich on the floor. Let him see if he can start cooking early. And then I will agree with you, Selena. This game right now, if you want to win, that starting five plus a six-man, these guys have got to be averaging 32, 34 minutes. And Zell and Ortega probably need to be in that 36, 38 range.
Mm-hmm. No, this game especially.
I don't like it. I think saying that you potentially sacrifice long-term success, with the SEC and NCAA tournament. But I just think at this point, you got to have something positive rolling into the postseason. If you get spacked by Florida and you're a 10 seed going into the SEC tournament, that's just tough. That's a tough look.
Well,
tough look.
If Pope has a problem with the Saturday through turnaround, what's he going to do when they play back to back to back to back days? What? Hello? If we lose, first off, we shouldn't be in this position in the first place, but whatever. The fact that we have to win this game to not be a 10 seed is atrocious. It's awful. And it's,
on the flip side,
the fact that 4 weeks ago we were literally playing for first place.
Yeah.
And we crapped it away.
Yeah, that makes it tough. You know what's crazy is though? What's crazy, and it's the way we lost, who we lost to,
mm-hmm.
and it's not the standard. Think about how good we felt last year, and we're leaving with the same record. We're gonna have the same record if we lose. We'll have a better record if we win, and we're still gonna go to the SEC tournament feeling like this team's not capable. Some fans.
Well, because
perspective, right? He could have one less loss, progression, or worst case, be at the same spot we were last year going to the SEC tournament. But the way we feel about the team is just drastically different.
Because this team hasn't competed in the games that they should have competed in is the problem. Gonzaga, Michigan State, they didn't compete in those games. Last year's team fought their asses off every game they played except for one. And that was Ohio State. But that team last year was in it no matter what. They fought and they fought. They didn't get blown out by 35, 25, 30. That never happened. And it's the fact that they also won a ton of huge games last year. They didn't lose to schools like Georgia or Auburn's not really comparison. They were much better last year. But they didn't lose to schools they should have lost to.
I think we did lose to Georgia last year.
Did we lose to Georgia last year?
Yeah, because I've been sulking in it for a whole year, and then we got beat again. I told you in my house, it's not great. But so here's the other piece of it. And again, I feel the same way all the fans do. It does suck. I feel the same way. I feel down about this even though I'm saying if you look at it and give it's the same record, and record always doesn't tell a story. But the other piece of it is the game against Duke, which we came back from and won. The game against Gonzaga, we beat in overtime. We had a healthy team. Polk played those games this year against these top matchups in these early season games against the CBS Classic and the SCACC Challenge and those sort of things without a healthy roster, and he's been trying to figure out the whole time.
They beat Purdue without a healthy roster though. When Purdue was really, really good. They didn't have J-Lo then or JQ then.
Don't talk about exhibition games because they'll clown you like I did.
That's fine, but he figured it out then, and then whatever happened between then and how he lost makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever.
You wonder what kind of Purdue team. And again, if you watch Purdue, they've had some. Their the seeding is going to be better than ours, but I would put Purdue in the same bucket as a round of 32 loss, just like we are. You just don't know what you're going to get from them. I don't know. I try to wrap my mind around that of would have things been different but it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. If we win though, I do think there's got to be a look at the season as a whole and go, hey, I wonder why he said that.
Because I remember supposedly there was some stuff happening in the locker room before the game, and things
I don't
weren't the same after that. But
yeah, I don't buy into all that silliness, to be honest. Pope said it, which is the unfortunate piece of it. But I mean, even had Otega Owe on this Paramount Plus thing, cracking him about it, thinking it was silly. But I do think the all-court chemistry isn't as good as it was last year. I do agree with you, Selena, that the team just brought a different energy than this one does throughout the whole season. No matter, like, Kobe Bryant was just different. Like, Kobe Bryant was just a different dude. Whatever role he took, he was just gonna. I think some of the team last year maybe appreciated it more. And it's tough for me to say, not actually knowing these dudes personally, but that's what it feels like. But yeah, if we go and beat Florida on Saturday, which again, I think we actually have a better chance of doing that after, because one thing Pope has been true in is responding, and his team's responding. It does not mean that we always win, but they at least come back and you see better basketball, a better product. But the letdowns have been too frequent this year.
Harsh letdowns.
And I think the big thing that we, as fans, right when we get bought back in, like we got Vandy 2-game win streak, we were bought back in, 8 of 9, we're bought back in, and then it's like, pop, right in the mouth. Yeah, just like, oh my God, what in the world is happening? So that's the unfortunate piece there.
Yeah.
All right, Hammer. You got the sixth sense, right? You got the numbers and all. How do you feel? Can you give me some confidence? I don't know if the line's come out yet, but if the line came out, probably Kentucky underdog is what I would assume. We were a 10.5-point dog going to Florida, so my guess is we're probably in the 6.5, 7-point range as a dog. If that's the number, taking Kentucky points, I'm not going to put you on money line, but you take Kentucky. Fuck, I hate this. Are you taking Kentucky in the points, or are you saying Florida just a way better team, and they're gonna, the way they've been playing, they're hot, they're gonna win, and by a bunch?
Yeah, I would expect the line somewhere between 6.5, 8.5. I checked; it has not been released yet. I guess take it for what it's worth, because how coach speak is as much as anybody, but the Haug injury was he rolled an ankle, and he actually played a couple games through it. They chose to sit him for precautionary reasons, so he's not technically injured. He just sat out for rest, basically. I think he plays in this game. And the reason being, one, they'll have a double bye in the SEC tournament, and they still have a number one seed is still on the table for Florida in the NCAA tournament. They and UConn have been fighting for that spot for probably the better part of a couple weeks now. So I don't think Florida's going to look at this game as it doesn't really matter. We'll coast through the SEC tournament. I think this game can still help, because I would have Kentucky right now on the 6th line, the 6th seed in the NCAA tournament. So that's going to be a good win for them, and they need all the good wins they can get, because UConn doesn't have the same level of competition in their conference. So that a big win over Kentucky in Rupp could be, that's going to be fresh on the minds of the selection committee. Regardless of what happens in the SEC tournament, they're going to go back and look at how they closed out their season. And if they got a double-digit win against Kentucky in Rupp, that's going to look really good for their argument to get that 1 seed. So I feel like Florida's going to look at this game as not necessarily must win, but it's important. And their front court, man, I've been saying, I was saying it all last year before they really burst on the scene, that their front court's a problem. Chinyulu's probably the best defender in college basketball. The dude is just an absolute and I hate it. I hate saying anything good about Florida. I don't know how. I don't know what your answer is for he and Condon. Even if Hogg doesn't play, I don't know what your answer for those two guys are. So it's going to be tough for me unless this line just gets stupid. Double digits, 10.5, 11.5, 12.5 points, and I don't think it will. It's going to be hard for me to take the points with Kentucky.
Hey, Chainsaw said 12.
Mm-hmm.
That's too many. That's too many.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And we talk about that chainsaw.
I think it'll probably be somewhere in the closer to the 8.5. It'll be closer to 10.5 than it will. I think it will 6.5. They're going to come in pretty good favorites.
Yeah, I do agree. I saw some things out there saying like, "Hey, this isn't a game that Florida has to play for. They've already locked up the SEC regular season championship." But
100% incorrect.
I agree with you. 100% agree. I think we're going to get their best efforts, like you said. They have the ability because if they already have the double bye, so by the time they play, most of the brackets are going to be really set, right? Like you'd imagine they get to Saturday, probably Sunday. So if they get this win against Kentucky, while we're not ranked, I think we're still in the top 30 in the net. Like you said, quad 1 win against a 6 seed, potentially in the tournament. A big resume booster for them, and it might diminish some of the early losses to these ranked teams the way they've closed out. Right? It's what have you done for me lately, and they've had a lot of impressive wins lately. And they're clicking. I mean, we're getting a better team that we in Florida than we played them, right? And it's only been a month ago. So,
Chainsaw, you're right. They are an absolute buzzsaw right now. I hate it. They very legitimate title contender.
Really good again, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Florida's 11-5 in quad 1 wins. UConn is 8-2. In quad 1 wins. So I'm telling you, Florida needs to win this game to help their argument to get that last number 1 seed, because the other 3 are locked up without question. No matter what happens from here on out.
Yeah. Duke, Arizona, Michigan, and Duke
those are locked in at 1.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying for weeks that I think Florida has a path to a number 1 seed. My last show I did with Hunter Sampson, I made that argument that if I had $1,000, somebody gave me $1,000 and said you can go bet one team to win the NCAA tournament, who would you put the money on? And we both said Florida.
Yeah, I can't be mad at it.
Yeah,
well, I'm mad at the fact, but I can't.
I'm mad at the fact.
I can't be mad at your analysis.
But
yeah, I mean, you said on our show 2 weeks ago, you said, watch out, Florida. If they keep playing like this, they'll be a 1 seed, and they had the path.
Yep. And
they're just so good. It makes me so mad.
Yeah. Their front court is legitimately dangerous, and I don't against anybody.
Well, because they're so mobile, and they can shoot, and they can rebound, and they have a great defender. Like, it's everything you want in a front court.
Yeah.
And there's 4 of them, I think, 3 or 4 of them. So it's
there's 4.
They rotate in and out. It's like, well,
there's 3 really, really NBA level players, and then there's a 4th good one off the bench.
Yep.
And it's very difficult. And then you got Boogie Flan. So not great. He's not Walter Clayton, but he doesn't have to be.
Right. Because the front court carries everything.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's why they score so much
Florida's
inside.
They're constructed in the way that wins basketball games now, especially late March, right? They're not relying on a freshman. They're relying on they went out and got a couple portal guys to be serviceable. Lee's playing better, like you said, Flan's playing better, but they are getting dudes that are in the program, developmental, sticking around, and just like UConn did on their back-to-back streak. They had some guys in there that could play, and they had dudes who were there as freshmen. They got a couple pieces in the portal, but they were built in the system there for a couple years. Developmental talent, older talent, and that's how you win now. That's just how it is.
And in that front court collection we just spoke about, I'm not even including that dude.
Yeah.
7'9" guy. Yeah, the French guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is he-
I'm not even counting him.
He only plays in garbage minutes right now, I think.
Yeah, if he ever figures it out, good Lord.
Good luck.
I don't know at 7'9" how you're very athletic or you're very good dexterity, but in any event, I mean, he doesn't have to do much,
They
right?
can stand there like this.
You're big and you're in the way.
But yeah, and again, I mean, I am the last person on earth that would ever want to say anything positive about the Gators. So I hate it. I would.
It is what it is, man. They're impressive.
As much of a rivalry as our two programs are, I would love nothing more than y'all just to beat the shit out of them on Saturday.
Yeah, I hope we do. It's going to be a dogfight. I
hope I'm wrong.
It's going to be a dogfight. We just get it. Let's get a W. You know, one thing I do disagree with is we struggle on defense on occasion, especially guarding the three. We just get lazy, which is super frustrating. But our one-on-one guard play defensively, even with Colin Chandler, right, they can play with this Florida team. They can play this Florida team. Are they going to? That's the thing.
That's the question of the season. Which team is showing up?
In the backcourt, yes, you can compete with them. Yeah. I don't disagree with that because I don't think Flan's that great. I'll just be honest. I think the other guys on the floor make him look good, and it creates shots for him.
Yeah,
I just don't think he's good.
Well, he's not a 3-level scorer, right? Like he can't shoot from outside.
Exactly.
He's got to get downhill. Now his 12 to 18 foot game is great, but you know, again, it just he can't shoot from the three, so you can kind of you want to sag off him again. Like I just said, you let a college athlete, D1 basketball player see a big bucket early. It's going to be a long game. But angles and spacing for sure, and it's just are we going to show up and be the more physical team for a team that is built on physicality in the Florida Gators? It's going to be tough. We're going to need a career day from Otega in terms of overall performance, not just scoring. Other guys going to have to step up. I think the X factor is Yelovich. I really think if he can get it going in this game and carry on some momentum in the postseason, that'll be big for us. Side note, Aaron Torres put out something about Todd Golden, and because Kentucky's looking for a GM right now. I don't know the background, but apparently our friend Dwayne Peavy tried to hire a young Todd Golden to come take over the DePaul program, and somehow that didn't work out. Which tells me the dude knows ball. Get him to Kentucky.
I don't know about the
I don't know about the AD. Dwayne. No, not Todd Golden. Okay. I don't want that.
Okay. I was like,
that's a lie. If he decided he wanted to go to
I thought he wanted Golden. I was like, Rando, he's a slime ball. Like, let's not.
Yeah, guess what? If he's winning championships, I don't give a damn. All right.
No, because we have enough of that right now as it is. We have enough going on right now with that nonsense at the university. We don't need any more.
That's true.
We don't need no more.
His is just alleged, though. He alleged goes to some sorority parties and does some weird stuff.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that.
Apparently he
was sexting the sorority girls.
Yeah.
And slinging some D in the pics. That's what he was doing.
I mean, Lane Kiffin.
You got to call Brett Favre, man. What are you going to do?
Lane Kiffin does it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people know he does it, and they're like, "Oh shit, it's Lane Kiffin." Like he doesn't hide it like that, though, right? He's like, "Hell yeah, I'll flirt with you. You're 20. Let's go."
Except Golden has a natty and Lane Kiffin doesn't. So, if anybody should get the leeway, it should be Golden.
At least he's won something.
Yeah.
But all right, well, the GM talk. I wanted to get into it. We're already over an hour in this thing. We'll talk about the GM thing later. I think it's got to happen April sometime, I would say, before the portal opens. But I just want to focus on this season and what little we might have left of it. I do want to point out Hammer's shirt, though. Can you talk about where you got that?
Yeah, this was a Vols shop special edition. Nice. I'm sure everybody by now at this point is aware that Wes Rucker, who was a longtime journalist at Knoxville, started his journalism career at the Daily Beacon, the campus newspaper, and was a writer for the News Sentinel. Did a little freelance stuff, and then was hired recently, the last 6-8 months or so, by WBIR television in Knoxville, Tennessee. Basically, I think, it's the flagship station in Knoxville. And he was tragically killed in a car accident. So Wes years ago had a stroke, and he had to relearn how to walk, how to function, basic daily life. So he didn't have health insurance or life insurance. Excuse me, because of the high risk. So when he passed, he didn't have any insurance. So there was a GoFundMe that was set up, and that raised over $750,000.
Wow.
And that came from national media, Scott Van Pelt's of the world, Kirk Herbstreit, just an amazing who's who of the sports world that donated and helped out with that. But the local team shops, the Vols shop on campus, made this shirt, and it's hashtag Team Rucker. And it's got Wes Rucker at his birth year in this year, with his picture on it. And they sold out of them. They sold them for $20, and every cent of that money went to the Rucker family to help with expenses and costs. So, of course, Tennessee's got a reputation on social media, Twitter, of course, of being, one of the evil empire fan bases. But I can honestly tell you, there's a phrase we throw around, the volunteer spirit, and it's not just words. It's legitimate. When there's tragedy or when there's opportunity to help in a situation, this fan base steps up. And we don't care what colors you wear. It's everything is bigger than the game when it comes to matters like this. But the outpour that the Rucker family and the Tennessee fan base got from all of the other fan bases throughout the conference, throughout the country, was remarkable. So anybody that participated, donated in any way, shape, or form, if you just shared the post on Twitter on behalf of everybody, thank you for everything, because it was an absolutely overwhelming response to a situation that, now, Wes has a son. His name is Hank, and he's 3, and he doesn't have his daddy's not here anymore.
Yeah.
So the fact that folks were kind enough to step up and donate and participate at the level and length that they did was phenomenal. I hope they do another round of these, because I was legit, I will buy 10 of them and I'll give them away. I didn't realize they were going to be gone that quick. I just got the one. I'm like, oh yeah, I got to get that. Hopefully they'll do another one. I actually know somebody there. I'll see. I'm going to find out if there's plans to do that or not. I don't have any pull. I just know somebody. So maybe they'll do another batch of them. And I'll give them out on our show, because it was just amazing, man. So thank you for recognizing that and speaking to it, because it's we're still hurting over it.
Yeah. I mean, we went on the show, I think, the night it happened, and then you kind of presented his story, and you talked about his kids and one on the way and all those things, man. Just as a human, you feel a certain way about it, but then as a parent, it just hits you so much different, harder, and just the things you talked about. And you're right, there's a lot of just filth and just heinous things on social media, especially X. But when something like this happens, people step up, fan bases step up, and some of them do it better. And Tennessee's one of them. Kentucky has seen it with the tornadoes and whatnot. And even in an environment where we just go at each other all the time. I remember a Tennessee account who said some terrible things about people who got their house destroyed by the tornadoes, and Tennessee fans came over the top like that. No, we joke over ball, but we don't joke over people's lives and their well-being. And the same thing happened when the Kentucky fan talked about Zakai Ziegler's house. It's like, no, we don't do that. That's not how we'll joke about it. And your team sucks, your coach sucks, whatever it is. But when it comes to, like, again, livelihoods, well-beings, and just actually like being good people and trying to recognize that someone's struggling right now, I think the majority, there's still terrible humans out there, but the majority of them, we come together. And the drive that happened on Vols Twitter, and getting that out there about taking care of his family. I did not know it grew that much. That's phenomenal. I mean, you're talking about both his kids potentially having their college paid for, right? And just that's huge. And while it doesn't bring him back, hopefully it brings some relief to the wife and the family, just some sort of knowing that Vols Twitter and everybody else kind of has their arms wrapped around her. So thanks for telling us that story and letting us kind of know, giving us an update on where it's at. And if they do another round, let's do it. Let's go buy a couple of them and give them away for the Rucker family. But all right, y'all, let's wrap this up. Appreciate you jumping on as always, represented by State Line. A lot of great things you see. T rocking the Tennessee version. I got the tuxedo one today, one of my favorites. AllUKBall 25. The promo code still works, even though the AllUKBall is locked. Promo code still works, so you can get that.
We're trying to work through that, though.
We're working through it. We worked 7 days. Yeah. 7 days. Let's get this thing back. And ChatGPT says I got an 80% chance, so that's what I'm relying on right now.
That's more than Kentucky has against Florida, so you'll take it.
Yeah. It is a significantly higher chance. But they're dropping some football stuff that's going to come up. Baseball is coming around the corner. They got a lot of things that are getting approved. I'm telling you, Kentucky fans, you're going to want to get on the State Line Co. train. And then from there, the craziness is once you get into Kentucky and how difficult they are with licensing, and everything else is falling into place. Louisville's falling into place. Tennessee's falling into place. So anybody who watches the show, if you're not a big blue truther, there's going to be things coming your way. And then
they're doing like UC and stuff too. Like they're doing everybody around here.
Northern Kentucky, like they're EKU hometown for me. The Colonels are getting repped out. They're doing the big things. And if you're a golf person, they got some players. Augusta. No, it's not players. What is Augusta? The
Masters.
Masters.
I just told you my golf. Yeah, but they're dropping some things. If you're a golf person as well, for your head and for your clubs. Mm-hmm. And then Heavy Pour Sports, bluegrass-elite.com. You can get your gear. I got an update. We are doing sales. Gary hit me up. We appreciate everybody going and buying the things out there. Thank you so much. You get to Heavy Pour Sports. It's awesome. So you get the logo, tee. We got the neon out there. The AllUKBall stuff is on there as well. And then, of course, my favorite, if you go to our YouTube channel now and see our new logo, which is the Heavy Pour Sports barrel with the batch 2025 on it. My favorite logo, that hoodie's on there. I'm rocking it consistently. It's super clean. Definitely worth it. And Heavy Pour 15% off and free shipping. So go check us out, bluegrass-elite.com. But the show's wrapping to the end. Late night takes. We out. As always, go Cats.
Go Cats.
Go Big Orange.
Go Vols.
You all got to win. You can't be more excited, T. You go. Still mopey. Still all mopey.
What? Nah, we just smacked South Carolina. It's 10 o'clock, man. It's late for me.
And let's talk real quick about Peabody baseball. They suck.
Kentucky baseball ranked, I think, this week. Shout out. 21 or something like that. Maybe I'm making that up.
And our shortstop is close to coming back, so he's starting to do things.
All right, well, let's go get a W Saturday. Smack Florida around.
Please.
I hope
yes.
I hope
y'all do. I really do not like y'all, but I really do not like.
We,
I don't like
we
y'all,
all
but-
hate Florida the same.
Exactly.
It's a shared hatred.
Yeah.
Gay to
So
tail.
please.
Let's eat some this weekend in Lexington, Florida. You suck. Coming to Rupp. You're taking an L. Book it. It's going to come back to
If I had
bite
a
me.
gun,
Go Cats!
Go
Two
Cats.
bullets. And Hitler, Stalin, and Florida in front of me, I'd shoot Florida twice.
Well, luckily the first two are already dead, so you get a pass there.
Oh my god!
All right, you know what you got to help me with though, for real, because we do this all the time. We need like a closeout. I suck at this whole closeout thing. So
Well, we're still on now.
We're still,
so.
bro.
I know we're still on. I'm just saying, like, I need to.
Okay.
You got to
Because
help
last
with
time you
this, 'cause
forgot.
I'll be like,
You forgot.
and as always, I know. Last time I did forget. That was that. I think that had something to do with the brown water that I was.
Oh, you were in the
down.
brown water. Don't worry.
Yeah, that might have been something. That might have had a little something to do with it.
You were all up in that brown water.
But I need to close that. Like we hit some music that way. I'm like forced to be like, dude, shut the hell up. Let's get off the show. All right. Let's start right now. Heavy pour. Nope, that's not what it's called right now. HPS late night is ending. Go Cats. Peace.